So we can convert from polar coordinates to rectangular coordinates, and then also backwards from rectangular to polar. So x is equal to r cosine of theta, y is equal to r sine of theta, and then r is equal to the square root of x squared plus y squared, and tangent of theta is equal to y over x. And really the proof for these comes from the picture. So we have a point here, and if this is polar, you have your theta, which tells you your angle, and then your r, which tells you how far out you go towards that angle declared. Rectangular, x and y tells you, or I should say x tells you how far left and right, y tells you how far up and down. So if you look at the cosine of theta, cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So this would be x over r, and then if you multiply both sides by r cosine of theta is equal to x. And then sine of theta is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse, so y over r. And then r sine of theta is equal to y. The tangent of theta, that is equal to the opposite over the adjacent, so it's equal to y over x. And then r is equal to square root of x squared plus y squared. That really is the just using the Pythagorean theorem on that picture. So with number 9, it says find the rectangular Cartesian coordinates for the point whose polar coordinates are given. This is our r, this is our theta. So x is equal to -3 times the cosine of pi over 2. And if you look at the unit circle for cosine of pi over 2, it's 0. So 0 times -3 is 0. And y is equal to -3 times sine of pi over 2. Sine of pi over 2 is 1, so -3 times 1 is -3. So my point would be 0, -3. And if you look back at the graph for question number 3 in this section, it's kind of a good graph to see the comparison for. With number 10, this is our r, this is our theta. So x is equal to -3 cosine of -45 degrees. And if you look at the unit circle, this will be square root of 2 over 2 times the -3 that we have there. And we can't really simplify that. For y, it'll be -3 times sine of -45 degrees. And if you look at the unit circle, the sine of -45 degrees is negative square root of 2 over 2. And I'm multiplying that by -3. So those negatives do go away, and it's 3 square root of 2 over 2. So my point would be -3 square root of 2 over 2 and 3 square root of 2 over 2. So again, it's the same like looking at number 9. Saying -3 pi over 2 in polar gives the same point as 0, -3 in the traditional rectangular. And at number 10, saying -3, -45 in polar mode gives you the same point as this in rectangular form.